Album covers, they've made a huge comeback in several years now. And let's talk about them. Let's talk about where they came from and why 12 inches are better than the little tiny thing that you get on your player. Well, it's a little bit bigger now. You get it on the phone and you can see a slightly bigger cover. But the original 12 inches on vinyl, the sound, the scratches, the humidity. So records have been around a long time. Record players have been around a long time, and they've changed formats over the years. But let's talk about the album cover itself. So why is it called an album cover? Well, back when records were 78s, they used to come in just a little sleeve, what's known as craft paper. But eventually, when you got enough of them, they would be put together in a book called a record album. And here's one right here. There's the 78s inside, of course, called 78s because the technology at the time allowed them to spin at 78 rotations per minute. And we're missing records, but that's okay. But this is originally a record album. It's just like a photo album, and you'd put it on your shelf and you'd have a spine on there and stuff. So it wasn't until, I believe, end of the 30s that someone at Columbia Records basically said, hey, you know that kid over there, Alex? Guy working in the back, yeah, he does art. You know, he's doing stuff in the back. He does art. Why don't we get him to design something, don't make fun of my voice, design something that we could put on the front of the albums. So this kid, his name was Alex, and he was a kid, kind of, I think early 20s, started coming up with album covers. So here's the albums again, 78s, and here's the cover. And it's a square, and it's the format that we sort of got used to. And I don't even know if this is a genuine Steinway, but it does look like some of the work he was doing at Columbia Records. And it was really fun seeing how the albums work, because originally the records, you would see them promoting the record company. In fact, Edison's original records, like Edison all over it. And the idea to promote the artist that people would listen to, that was a whole new thing at the time. So album covers would really follow the style of the day and really would change. You would see most experimentation done in printing and graphic design on album covers. In fact, right behind me, I believe, is Reed Miles at Blue Note Records. Reed Miles was essentially working with a low budget, usually black and white pictures or not, and then typography. He'd either ink it by hand or he would just use rub down letters or whatever he had. He would come up with these really imaginative layouts. As CDs came in, you had different designers that would break the mold of what were going on. So CDs were about the quarter of the size of a record album. And doing cool artwork on it didn't seem as much fun. But you had designers like Stefan Sagmeister, who actually looked at the plastic case that CDs came in and said, I'm going to do something unusual with that. And he did. He started creating weird things like decoder rings and little stuff that you could take the CDs out and play with. But vinyl is back today. If you do get some, I am today right now at
Delta Breeze Records.
Oh, I was going to say Tower Records, but they're not around here anymore. So Delta Breeze Records here with Ben, and there's just a lot of really cool stuff to look at here that you could play and discover.